The city of Chicopee is partnering up with the Hampden County Sheriff's Department to launch a new initiative aimed at keeping residents with cognitive conditions who are at risk of getting lost safe. It's called Project Lifesaver. The program uses technology and rapid response teams to help find people with conditions like Alzheimer's, dementia, and autism if they wander off. The free technology is wearable and has a radio frequency that law enforcement can track to bring these people home safely to their loved ones. Representatives from the Hampden County Sheriff's Office demonstrated how it works earlier today.
It's basically a watch-type worn device. People can either put it on their wrist or their ankle, whichever feels more comfortable for them. It comes in 2 different size bands, depending on the size of their structure. So we have several different colors, and every 2 months we go out to the person's household or school or program, and we change out their batteries to make sure that everything's up to par.
If you're looking to be part of Project Lifesaver, contact the Hampden County Sheriff's Triad Division. That's 413-856-0060.